Okay, let's start from Shomolu. That's somewhere in Lagos here. You know, there appears to be a cold war between the Shomolu local government administration and the Muslim community in the area. The problem stems from what the Muslim community terms a disparity in the distribution of public offices in the local government. Now, the Muslim group points out that they have only one slot and the remaining 9 are Christians in the arrangement. We must emphasize here that all religions are branches of the same tree. Harmony is the name of the game, BKO.
Yes, harmony is the name of the game. First, I have to make the point that it is not with the Shomolu administration that they have issues.
Okay.
They have issues with the way positions have been shared in Shomolu and Bariga.
Okay.
And some of these positions that they are even talking about are even at state level, not just at local government level.
Yeah.
But if you look at what, because I saw the statement that they issued, and I can say, okay, the House of Assembly, Shomolu and Bariga have Orekoya and Akpata for Bariga and Orekoya for Shomolu.
Yeah.
Both of them are Christian. The APC chairman in the Shomolu council area, Olubamedo, is a Christian. Right. The APC chair in Bariga, Majolagbe, is a Christian. The commissioner from Shomolu and Bariga, that's Sheung Oshiemi, is a Christian. The education secretary for Shomolu local government, Martins, is a Christian. The commissioner, Lagos State Civil Service Commission, is a Christian. So when you look at all of those positions,
the distribution,
the only person from that local government who is a Muslim is the current chairman of the local government. That's the Dula, the man we call Dula, whom we have to admit has done a tremendous job in that local government. You need to see some of the structures that he has put on ground. You won't even believe that these projects were initiated and completed by a local government. So they've done, I mean, it's done a very good job there. So what they are saying is that, look, there has to be fairness.
Okay.
And Mayor will bear me witness, that area is largely populated by the Jebus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Shomolu Bariga, I know about that. Yeah.
So, and we all know that the Jebus have a considerably big population in that area who are Muslim.
Yeah.
So if we do not address the matter of fairness, the sort of thing that happened in the 2023 presidential election in Lagos can't happen. People thought it merely happened by accident. No, there were people who felt aggrieved.
Right.
And nobody made efforts to address their grievances. They eventually aligned with people who had made up their minds to vote against Asiwaju, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After that election, Asiwaju took some steps. He did some rejigging in terms of the strategy, you know, that
aimed at addressing the situation.
Yes, the strategy that was deployed for the governorship election.
Okay.
Some people felt aggrieved. They got people to reach out to them. I know someone, for example, that it was Obanekoro that went to talk to him.
Yeah, so?
And they came out. And the result was different. We saw people like the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, people like Tunji Bello, they got them more involved, at least in terms of reaching people. Even agents of the party were not paid on time for that first election. What I'm saying can be, people can fact check me. They didn't pay them on time. But for the second election, the governorship election, those issues were quickly addressed.
Yeah.
And then they even got their money in good time. So we saw changes, and Shomolu was able to win with an audacious margin. So when people are aggrieved, it has to be addressed. There were many Muslims who were not happy, even in that last election, and they showed their anger. You know, I'm not a politician, but I know some of the problems. And people talk to us, they expect us to at least help amplify those issues. Where people are unfairly treated, they expect us to help them to address some of those issues. Look at, even in terms of people appointed into the Lagos Executive Council, there was a lot of agitation, a lot of anger from the Muslim community. The matter was eventually doused. There was a lot of agitation, a lot of anger about the fact that some local governments were so unfairly treated. I even listed some of the, okay, look at Shomolu and Bariga, for example. There one commissioner between them in the Lagos cabinet. Koshofe Agboiketu, Ikosi, Isheri, one commissioner. Yet, one local government in Lagos State, Etiosa, had 12. And they lost the election. They lost the presidential election. Etiosa, they didn't win it. Some local government that usually delivers for the APC in the state, how many commissioners did they get? So these issues are there. And then the other issue is, look, if they are saying, if all of these positions have been taken by Christian, at least keep that one
for a Muslim,
which is the chairman, that, I mean, and that is currently being occupied by him. They are saying, why don't you just keep that one for us?
For harmony's sake.
Yes. Because if they go into an election now, and it is not, there's no level playing field, and a Christian is brought to become chairman again, it now becomes 100% Christian. That is not what they want to see. And I also believe that that does not promote fairness. We have to be fair. We made up our minds that we'll be fair in the things that we talk about here.
Mayor, you know, according to the late Malcolm X, what is right, what is wrong is wrong.
No. Yes, you see, politics is about interest. And it is important that a political party must try to balance all the tendencies within that political party.
Okay.
That is why when you are picking candidates, or you're giving appointments, you try to make sure that you balance it from the senatorial district.
Right.
And when you balance it then politically, you should also be mindful of religion. We have to be sincere with ourselves. We cannot run away from the fact that religion is an issue in Nigerian politics.
Yes.
Remember that the Ashwaju Muslim ticket caused a lot of problems. It caused a lot of problems, and a lot of Christians in southern Kaduna.
Do you remember late MKO and
Kinjibe? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Muslim
when it was picked, because people were saying that we should have moved beyond where you are from or your religion and all that. But the reality on ground is that we have not moved beyond that. So because we have not moved beyond that,
it's a fault line.
It is important for us to be mindful of such problems. In this case, it is important. You see, sometimes a political party, in the course of picking those who they believe are making waves within the party, or can win the election, or are capable of serving as commissioners and all that, they may inadvertently pick people and not put some things into consideration. But that cannot be right, because, like I said, politics is about interest. If within the Shomolu Bariga axis of the party, and you have about 12 positions in different phrases, from commissioner to chairman to member of civil service commission and all that, and it's only one Muslim that's appointed and the rest are Christians, It has been done. There's nothing we can do about it, but it's not right. It is important for the party to consider things like that, to balance the interests of everybody involved
going forward,
and to show fairness.
Yeah.
Yes, because
they
already
are going to
there.
have an election now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's going to be an election. People are going to be picked. But it's important for the party to look at that, to look at that position that already mistakes have been made.
Yes.
And inadvertently, most of the people within that axis are Christians. There's nothing we can do about that. They are party members and they are competent people. We agree. But it is important now that they should not make another mistake to add to the one that is on ground.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Since election is coming, and that is what the parties do. So the party should be mindful that it's important that they look at the interests of the Muslim community within the axis.
Otherwise, you know, people may forget, but BKO and the mayor of politics does not forget.
No, people will keep thinking that they've been unfairly treated.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
you see, the way it is, those positions are there. Chairmanship position is going to, I think they are going to have their primaries on Saturday or so.
Yes.
And they will have election. That is the only position held by a Muslim. And their own concern is that if we are not careful, even that singular position that they've held will still be taken from them. There's no way that you do that to a people and you don't expect their blood to boil.
There'll be a lot of belly ache.
You see yes, people will justifiably feel aggrieved once that happens. And the second leg of it is every local government has wards. What they want to see is for even chairmanship to be rotated amongst the wards.
Evenly, yeah.
Because in Lagos, whether we like it or not, these local government elections are usually done based on consensus.
Okay.
What you see on election day is just a walk in the park. Or how do I describe it?
Yes, it's consensus because the leader will have picked somebody.
Yes, they will have picked.
Yeah, the apex person will have said, okay, this is
the person we are going to use. So now, if that happens, they are saying, okay, let the wards, let chairmanship also rotate among the wards.
Yeah.
You can't have a situation in which, okay, this chairman came from this particular ward. And then you go on to pick someone from the same ward. Or a chairman, you had a chairman who used 2 terms, and then another chairman came from a different ward, and then after that one finished spending his term, you then go back to the one that came before that chairman. That means that in 3 elections, 1 ward has produced 2 chairmen.
Yeah.
Whereas there are still several other wards. You know, in dealing with people, and that is why parties have crisis in our country. Because people want to be treated with fairness. And if they do not get treated with fairness, they start grumbling. The next thing they have intractable problem. They've not been able to solve their problem, as we had with the PDP now.
Yeah.
And then they start going to court.
And the loyalty will be questioned.
Yes. So let's always try our best.
Yeah. Okay.
To ensure fairness in everything we do. And once the party leaders do this,
that's it.
They will be able to earn total respect and loyalty of members. There has to be fairness.
So, as we always say, let the debate continue in your part of town, but ours is to give context and clarity to the issue.
Yes, we don't have a dog in the fight, but we have to be fair.
Okay.